Is this the best wine bar at Disney World?
Princess of the Bear here. We are indeed today at Disney Springs, so it's time to go to
Wine Bar George.
Yeah, I feel like wine and the princess feels like drinking, so
Yes.
your number one choice of foodie infotainment. We're here to go try all the liquid grape beverages, so you don't have to. She's vegan. I'm not. We're going to see how high the bar is for Wine Bar George.
It's time to foodie and chill. This is the OG Wine Bar George vegan option. No pita, just hummus and extra cucumbers. This is like what we've done since the first time we came to Wine Bar George when they opened back in like 2018. If I can even get hummus. It's coming right off the cucumber. Come on, girl. Let's go. No? Here comes the knife. You can't escape the knife. Just ask Ghostface. As a vegan, I'm forced to eat a lot of hummus dishes. I don't like this dish. I don't mind the cucumber. The cucumber is super fresh, but like the hummus is not good. And there are plenty of other places that we've been to, Disney Springs or like Disney proper, that has better hummus than this. So I would give this dish a 2.5 out of 5 hummus. Like, the cucumber is great, and I suggest that you try it if you are a vegan and you have no choice but to come here with your family. This is a tried and true dish that will always be here. I'm very sad that the pita is not vegan, but the fact that they just load you up with cucumber is nice. I just wish the hummus was nice. It is what it is, though.
I'll admit that even though a lot of you have asked us about Wine Bar George over the last couple of years, this dish right here is single-handedly the reason why we haven't come back. The princess has been all about coming back. I have been an absolute no since the last time we came here, and this is all she had to eat. But I'm glad now the menu's expanded. Of course, when things change, we're always willing to give things a second try to disappoint us. Now, not being able to pick up the hummus with the cucumber, this takes a little bit of doing. It's possible, but it ain't easy. It ain't easy being chickpeasy. I don't think it's a thing. But maybe I can make it a thing. Hummus, a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of olive oil. The cucumbers are given fresh, but it's given at like school lunch when like your school card ran out and you had to go get like the we feel sorry for you lunch. That's what it's given. 2 out of 5 claws. Vegetarians, we never forget about you. So they have the mac and cheese balls, which I feel like most people are going to run to. You have tomato naga base with these fried mac and cheese balls, pecorino on top, and a little bit of green onion. You just go ahead and dig right in here. It just falls right apart. You don't even need the knife. I just want it to feel proper in a wine bar at the very least. Take the tiniest of bites, a little bit of the tomato base. At one point, I don't remember if they're still there. There was mac and cheese balls at Coronado's Pool Bar with hot Cheetos on it. That is everything those balls wish they could be. Is on this plate. The tomato naga is a 100% like perfect complement to the mac and cheese. The crust of the mac and cheese balls is light, but you still get that like crunch to it. And then the mac and cheese itself, amazing. Those are the kind of bites you tell your friends about. This is one of those things that vegetarians, if you're like a wine connoisseur, there's really no reason you shouldn't be ordering this dish. That's a 4.75 out of 5 claws. That is immaculate.
In my utter and complete shock, I was able to order a butternut squash risotto that you can easily modify to be made vegan. You just have to tell your server. Server actually offered vegan risotto. So it's giving Victorian Albert's with this like beautiful like green sauce out here on the side. Got all the things. They got pickled onions and stuff, but I'm just gonna go with the risotto. Let's see. How's she taste? This is weird. I don't know what to say about this risotto because it doesn't exactly taste like risotto. It tastes like spicy rice with some sweet potato action to like calm down the spicy. I don't know. I thought this was going to be more fancy, but it's not. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 risotto. I make better risotto at home.
I'll admit, I have thrown shade after shade at Wine Bar George for years. So I'm being a wine bar who specializes in tapas. You can have a single thing that you can modify to make vegan, except for hummus. They have butternut squash risotto. Even if I don't love this, taste and opinions on food are very subjective. I suggest that you get a multitude of opinions and decide for yourself. That's the entire reason why there are 2 of us on this channel. So you can sort of get your middle ground. Something the Prince is going to like, some things I'm going to like, some things we're both going to like, a lot of things we're both going to hate. That's just the way the foodie crumbles. But I'm willing to give Wine Bar George their due. This is a surprise to me. So risotto, the butternut squash, it looks to have been constructed correctly. It's got that consistency that I expect from risotto. You got charred butternut squash, not just butternut squash. Pickled onion microgreens. It's a fancy useless garnish to me, but the risotto itself, I am curious about. There's a sprinkling with spice on top. It's giving me vibes of like a Tagarashi seasoning, like you would normally see like a seared ahi tuna. And the risotto itself, like I'd be very curious to what kind of like white wine they mix into there, because it's got this aftertaste that just doesn't vibe. Like, initially, the bite with the charred butternut squash, that first like taste on the tip of your tongue is great. But the longer it sits in your mouth, it gets stranger and stranger. Sort of like X-Files, but like the Ryan Coogler reboot that we haven't gotten yet. Or maybe like the last season of Stranger Things, where things were like, we're excited, but then we weren't kind of vibes. That kind of deal. I like the butternut squash. I love how it's charred and smoked. The flavor from that is great. The risotto, though, something's off here. It's like Scooby-Doo style. Like the Great Mouse Detective, Haunting of Baskerville style. Something mysterious is going on here, and I'm not sure if I love it. I'm giving it 2.5 out of 5 claws. It's definitely better than I was expecting, but somehow still oddly disappointing. I'll admit they have a very wide variety of tapas here. You can easily order a bunch of tapas, which is what we usually do, and avoid the entrees. The entree prices here are STK level. And I will leave that for somebody a little bit more willing to eat steak, because what a whole lot of it is, to order things like that. But one thing I was excited when I saw on the menu was a stuffed phyllo, which is like a flaky dough, like pastry dough, stuffed with potato and goat cheese filling, and then it's on top of like a corn puree. I love phyllo dough, okay, for one. And goat cheese, that's the kind of funk I live for. Like a Morris Day in the Time level funk, okay? This had better be good. If you're a person that doesn't like goat cheese, this is a dish I feel like would be a good like entryway to goat cheese, because there's so much potato in there. Like the potato, the consistency of the potato taste sort of mellows out the goat cheese so it's not so funky. And then you have like the corn puree on the bottom. Adds a little bit of sweetness to it. The phyllo dough is perfect. Nice, soft, flaky, tasty. That is a treat. It feels like a goat cheese roll-up, if it means anything. I kind of like it. 4 out of 5 claws. I know, as a bear, especially with the amount of shade that I throw at certain places I hold a grudge against on this channel, I come off as a hater. And that's fine. I'm okay with being a hater. Everybody is a hater sometimes. Some of us are just better at it than others. Let's be real. But when I see something that sparks joy, that sparks my interest, that is rare. So this interesting looking plate here is the pork belly. So it is pork belly with roasted beets, apple cranberry gel, and then the powder on top is chicharrónes. So pork skins, pork belly, roasted beets, and apple cranberry gel. There's nothing on there that a bear wouldn't like. To me, this feels like Thanksgiving on a plate. Thanksgiving in the hood, but Thanksgiving on a plate. Wonderful colors. You have the beets, the chicharrónes, that pork belly. So this is the pork belly. This is the beets here, and a little powder on top of the chicharrónes. I just whined all the whining out of me. Everything is the beets, perfect. The pork belly's got that nice, good density and chew to it, like a double fried pork belly. The apple gel, cranberry gel adds a little hint of sweetness, and then chicharrónes that crunch. Magnifique. If you are a beet fan, a pork belly fan, any of those fans, this is something you need to get. I know it's probably the ugliest looking thing on the table, but honestly, it's my favorite. 5 out of 5 claws. That's on the Bear Necessities list. I did not expect to find something I love, but there is someone for everyone, even a hater like me.
This is a dish that I did not expect to be able to order. I thought I was gonna have to modify it, but actually it is vegan as is. So this is a huge piece of onion stuffed quinoa. So like I'm curious, like, oh no, the quinoa is only on the top. So I'm just gonna grab pieces onion. Oop. We'll dip it in the sauce, and we're just gonna go with an onion quinoa situation because Bear can't really do this dish, so it's gonna be all me. The onion is soft, the quinoa is crunchy. I think if Bear wasn't intolerant to onions, he would enjoy this. The broth is a little bland, so it's just kind of like enjoying an onion. So you have to be super in onion. I am only going to enjoy this because of the char that's on it. The char really makes this. Otherwise, it would not be good. So I'm gonna give it 4 to 5 onions. It's delicious, but only because it's charred. Here we go with a beautiful Pinot Noir wine by George style. They have so many wines here. Many of them are vegan. It's great to be able to come here and enjoy some vegan wines. Cheers! This is an illustrious, delicious, very flavorful Pinot Noir. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, it's just like right in the middle, medium body, delicious. I would give it a 4 out of 5 wines. It makes me feel medium bodied fine.
I know that a lot of us come to Wine Bar George for the actual wine. They have a massive selection. And if you're willing to expand your wine palette on Disney property, it's hard to go wrong at Wine Bar George. However, they also have a mean cocktail menu. One of my favorite frosés you can get from the to-go window downstairs. But I decided to try some of their other crafted cocktails here, seeing as they have 2 bars. This is the Layover in Glasgo. You have Scotch, Aperol, spiced pear liqueur, and then a little rind of lemon. I'm expecting something with a tart citrus, but that familiar Scotch kick. Aperol is always a choice. Oftentimes in my life, when I have had Aperol in beverages, we have not gotten along. We have been like Ireland and England. We'll exist, but we don't like each other. This one feels more like a union of great things. I love what the spiced pear does with the Aperol and the Scotch. That is amazing. I would give that a 4.5 out of 5 plus. This is probably the first time I'm going to be leaving Wine Bar George without whining as much as I normally would.
I will say there are a lot more vegan options than I expected there to be, and I am excited about that. New year, new menu, who dat?
They're definitely turning things around here. I'm excited to see what happens as the menu changes and evolves.
Yes.
The items they have, not the best, but some of them are great. And I
Yes.
feel like the others can come up to that level at some point.
I like that onion.
The onion is good. I love the pork belly. And that phyllo dough was amazing. So we'll definitely be back. The princess will have a much easier time dragging me next time than the
Yay.
3 years before the last time.
It's been a time, y'all.
It's been a time. She's been trying and trying. But we know what you guys think. Do you consider Wine by George? Is it just that expensive place across from Hangar Bar because everybody likes Hangar Bar better?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you see us do, the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, maybe Bear will run in the sun like Dracula.
Too much Tame Impala for this one, but you heard the girl.